chance. You know, he talked about his bike setup.
Damn,
And
nice
so
whip.
change. I could see Holden
Big, just did a nice
and
whip.
really doing thrust to put that in KTM like, hey, this mom give me this stuff, and it gives him a feather and a half to go push to these things. If he wants changes, he comes out and has another result.
Yeah, he looks really good. He's having fun. I'll take the other side of this, though, James. I don't know that Prado's going to be fun. We're going to find out tomorrow together. But I don't know that this track favors the belief that he's done really well. If you want to be overly aggressive, if you want to override the situation, let people allow you to. And Prado typically takes advantage when other people are uncomfortable. So, listen, I don't want to bring up 2025. He didn't qualify in time practice. Okay. Yeah, actually, use it. I'm going to use it. Use it. Use it. Yeah. Actually, I won't about the data. Yeah. He was not fast enough to qualify at a time practice this year. So that would be quite the jump for him to be on the podium.
I have a feeling he's going to improve this year on that. He should be maybe even double digits better qualifying this year. Well, yeah, I know. Let's stick it out there. But that is the big question. It was a much better Jorge Prado last week. He gave both horses all they could handle. Hunter's probably not going to say that the presence of Prado.
Good race tomorrow. I'm excited.
But it's a reasonable case that having more buckets upward from maybe had an impact. So that's really one of the biggest questions this week. Will it happen again? Because oddly enough, I just he made the point that Shen was almost hoping for help last week. It is now flipped. Yeah, it would actually, James, be of Hunter's advantage to maybe have some other riders in the mix.
Yeah, I agree. But I think because of all the things that JT said about Jorge, I think that would be the reason why he did this. Because he was so fast. The changes, and he made such a big deal about the bike changes that we kind of go, all these riders, they want this, and, you know, they should KTM get this. And I don't think he has that. And I think if he doesn't have it this weekend, I think it would be easy for us to be like, well, that was the track. Yeah. And then you have, you know, maybe a little wiggle room. So I think he comes out and does well. Those bike changes, and, you know, even more to throw a little shade on what happened last year with the outside.
Watching Davies nearly the front of the year. 255. Have you ever been in a situation where you asked for something, the team gave it to you, and you said, now the pressure's on me to prove myself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because what happens is that next time you go to Africa,
Don't get your revenge.
so that's why I think every other scenario, there's nothing else that we like to do to JT. I think this stretch all the things, this championship battle,
Enemy soldier incoming.
Yeah, so spotted.
When you start thinking about next year and all these things, I think that would be
All squad mates are in the safe zone.
If Davies 1 point down, doesn't quite have that with plenty. That is the definition of winning. Even when you didn't have your best stuff last week in Unadilla. Teach might have been faster. The first turn incident in Moto 2 cost him dearly. But we've seen some grit from every one of these 250 riders this year. They take you completely on the ropes.
LDDR awaiting targeting data.
Right there. Yeah, he's on the road to one more way tomorrow. I think he was looking
Time is 16 rounds.
Practice, but yeah, he really overcame a lot. I think it showed a lot of who he is.
Yeah.
Trying to show up in the
Be advised, an enemy squad is tracking your
And now you
location.
see him on a track where I think he has a lot of confidence. James, I think he comes to the track or stadium where he kind of wants to go down. This is when his hair is a little bit better. He's a little bit better. Here today on Friday, probably working against the race. You got first motor race, little penalty, and all that. He's putting all these benefits together.
There's an airstrike available.
So very comfortable.
Squad mate is
I
redeployed.
would not want to be in my kitchen shoes every time. This guy looks like he's unavailable.
Yeah, I agree with you. I was about to say, just look at him. You know, you go to any last week and
You
even
have
the race that he
reinforcements
won
inbound.
on Sakamoto, he didn't look like this, and he looks really comfortable. And you can tell when the riders are really comfortable, they start, especially on press day, hopping around, using bumps, and you know, doing things that they might not do on race day because you know, obviously they're pushing it. He looks really good. Yeah,
Close weapon delivery.
really moving.
Prepare
Take
for
the way
action.
you broke. These are obviously really good. They're trying to get really good
Watch
with
the
all.
skies.
And that's the old baby. That's the guy that kind of expected, and that's why he's space. It doesn't make that he's made these improvements, so I'm 100% with you. I think we got to raise the boat.
Easy on crossing the top of that.
Contract failed.
Yeah. Wow, okay. Well, we've seen some spectacular.
Yeah, that's gonna be the good race between them two, Levi Kitchen and Davies.
Yeah. I was there.
You're redeployed.
To get around, I certainly was to do so. You were drinking stuff, almost landed on this coming down that hill. I heard you in the air, and I'm like, well, this would have been before the first, and that could have been the first of two times you would have been in that situation.
I remember going out to Vegas, and I was like, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win right now. I'm sorry, Dave. He's like, yeah, that was close. That was some moment right there.
Inserting additional armor.
You were not laughing at it. You were not laughing at it. I'll give you full credit. Outside of this kind of a treat, I could see it. It wasn't scary for me. I watched it on TV back. Here it is.
Precision airstrike
It
standing
didn't
by.
exactly look good either. Here's digging back to the 450, but talk about him in a moment. Let's send it back to some more of the WFX photo upcoming. Who you got, Sophie?
That's right.
Still confirmed. We've located the rest
It's
of them.
definitely way different than the amateur racing. Do you have a favorite track so far this year? I really like Unadilla. Everyone was telling out they didn't slow the track, and I really like there was high speed and my pace, and I haven't really found a flow here yet, but I'm hoping to find them here in Minnesota. Sitting 60 points is really great for a rookie in the series. How do you feel about that? I feel great. I'm just not top five. Okay, it's too far away, good luck this weekend, Piper. Thank you.
Thanks, Sophie. That's WMX powered by Synchrony. Moto going to happen around 2 o'clock Eastern time. That'll be their first moto of the weekend. Are we seeing an exceptional amount of width? Yeah, is basically what you're seeing. People have to translate it. They're actually having a lot of fun riding. They don't have to do it. Yeah, they have to do sprint laps. They can actually go out and enjoy the difference. So I talked to Deegan about 20 minutes ago during the press day interview session, and he said if it takes a lot, but if you learn at some point that your braking one doesn't need to be fixed. The direction we should have gone in, it wasn't good. We changed the bucket ton this week. I expect it to be better. We'll find out.
Enemy destroyed. Use your
They're
tac
probably
map to hunt down the rest of
enjoying,
them.
like you said, around the track that they don't
10 remain. You're almost done
get
here.
pretty much every ball. But this track has it has a lot of traction, but it also gets slippery to hard base considering what they were dealing with last weekend. The freeway out there.
Yeah, that's the rain on time helps a lot. And see down when they get into the ruts, they're not even part of the base of the rut. Now that could all change if we don't get rain over.
Enemy
But
soldier
right now,
incoming.
it's about as good as you could possibly get. They can make new lines, see that line with rain going all over the race.
Insurgency, no, it's ending. Watch your six.
The setup for spectators watching the race tomorrow in the battle is great because these guys, the Hunter Lawrence, Jeff Lawrence, Hayden Deegan, Father Lawrence.
Yeah, look at Deegan. Damn. He looks good going over there, John. Look at this, baby. Watch this. Watch Deegan right here.
These guys, the Hunter Lawrence, Jeff Lawrence, Hayden Deegan, Father Lawrence.
That looks good, John.
1-1 requesting recon at this time.
For us as spectators watching the
Enemies are
race
dropping
tomorrow.
into the area. Watch the skies.
These guys, the Hunter Lawrence, Jeff Lawrence, Hayden Deegan, Father Lawrence, both Father Lawrence. He's a public he likely needs to always start well with these different jets sometimes. They have a great setup.
Fire sales over.
Operate a little bit, but the match could get very interesting.
Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting.
He get in the way. Yeah, I'm okay with as long as it's clear, the top by a lot, I'm fine. Hole, that's better than the hole is close. That means that if you catch the top there, the wrong, and then you are going. So today, the dirt for sure for Davies. That is it. Checker flag is out. The media rod is complete. And again, these are not time lapse.
Resurgence
Although you know the riders and
deactivated.
teams are taking notes and how to shot, or maybe how some of the competitors look that this is supposed to be to go out there and do whips to the cameras. This is supposed to put things together. And the origination of this was actually for the local press to come out and say, hey, we got the world's best dirt bike riders out of the track. Come on out on Saturday. And now we get to show that live. SMX Friday Live, presented by Honda. And the WMX Moto 1, powered by Synchrony, will be up next. Alan Turner, title here a year ago. We had Nick Crash on this track also. So it was a mixed day for her. Last year, but see how she does this time. And Nikki, you and I have been talking all week about the dynamic of WMX racing on Friday and Saturday. Totally different tricks and different performances because of it.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, this track right now is very, very good for what Lala does.
Yeah.
Great sprinter, smooth racetrack where she can be aggressive like she wants to be. I love the setup for her going to Moto.
And it definitely felt different in the second motos on Saturday after the other motos are complete and how much rougher the track is. She has a 12-point lead on number 1 over Charlie Cannon. And it's going to go on the show.
Yeah, I mean, cheers as Michaela and Charlie worked on the open lap speed. Yeah, you know, in these motos, like JT just said, well, I'm so good racetrack like that. But I also say maybe this is one of those racetracks that you might be able to get more aggressive. It's not as rough, so any places might help, you know, like Charlie or Michaela or any of these girls might be able to try to keep Lala off the runner away with the same early.
The Jarvis there is in a big battle. She's the one in the center of the screen, fighting for third in the series. She's got a 2-point lead over points over McCutcheon. And then we just spoke to Piper Bell there with Sophie, who is 6th in points. They all have a shot at third in the series, depending on how the final 4 WMX motos roll out. We'll get one of them here in a moment at the top of the hour. And it's a big opportunity, obviously, for WMX to get this live show on Friday. Awesome to have the
Enemies are
media
dropping
rod
into
as
the
well.
area. Watch the skies.
Brandon Richards there. She's probably wondering if we can get like a trees in here or faster sections, water crossing, anything to give her a little bit of an advantage off-road experience.
We've got the Club MX people down there. That's actually where the KTM off-road team rocks down at Club MX. So that's why the truck people are still there to run to the it's just right there during the week. And Brandon is picking up last week, jumping back to the motorcycle. HCC, Sprint Enduros, International 6-Day Enduro on the 198. And there's Canada on the 7, looking to make up some points. Mile off point. They're definitely good first moto. They already had a couple practice sessions. There's Hannah Hodges, we spoke with earlier. On the podium last week in Unadilla. Field just keeps getting deeper. And we're going to see how interesting that will make it as the first moto is headed your way. SMX Friday Live, presented by Honda. WMX Moto 1, powered by Synchrony in route.
All enemy squads eliminated. Excellent work.